So let's start broadcasting. অমিত, ফ্লোতে কোনো ঝাড় হলে বন্ধু বান্ধবদের সাথে বসো, মেন্টরদের সাথে বসো and keep practicing.
Yes, sir.
ঠিক আছে? Very important. Okay. We'll talk about security. I'm showing my screen. Okay. Security in Salesforce is defined as 3 circles. I am not, sorry. Let me record it. No recording charge. Yeah. The outer level circle is called OLS, object level security. This one is called FLS, field level security, and this is called record level security. What is object level security, field level security, record level security? I have a table. Object is a table. Object level security is who can see this whole table? Can somebody see the whole table and the contents of the table? Basic permission, right? What can you do on a table? Give me some basic operations.
Create, delete.
CRAD or CRAD operation, we say. Create, read, edit, delete. Right?
Yes.
Create, read, edit, delete of what?
Set of object.
No.
Records.
That is
Records.
permission.
Records. Absolutely. The data in the table, right? So this row, this row, this row, this row. Simple. Not
Yes,
the
sir.
top row. I cannot do anything on the row, right? So these permissions are all related to data, not metadata. Okay, please remember this. So when we are talking about object level security, field level security, data level, record level security, we are only talking about data security. We are not talking about the metadata security. Okay, clear? So create, read, edit, delete. So object level security means I can create, read, edit, delete records which I own. That means I must be the owner. Okay? I means any user who is logging in, right? So whether that table is available to him or not is decided by this security, which says, can you create, read, edit, or delete records owned by you? If the answer is yes, then that table exists for that person. If the answer is no, this table does not exist for that person. That person will not even know there is a table called something like this, right? So that object is not visible for that person at all. How do we give OLS to people? We give through profile or permission set. Salesforce has already announced that object level security or permissions cannot be given through profiles any longer after 25 or 2026. So stop using profile for giving this kind of permission. Only use permission sets. Okay, profile you can use now to give permission, but after 2026, Salesforce will stop profiles usage for permissions, any kind of permissions. So object level permissions is one of the type of permissions. There are many other permissions a user can have. Go ahead.
Sir, I have some basic doubts, sir, regarding this profile and user.
Tell
Sir,
me.
so suppose I log into my app, Salesforce app. So I logged in as a user, sir. So now what is my profile? Yes, sir.
Just wait a while. Just understand these basics. I will show you everything. It will be crystal clear to you. Very easy thing. Not very difficult at all. First, are you understanding what is object level security? Object level security can be assigned using profiles and permission set only. There is no other mechanism. Okay. What is a profile? Profile is something like a user type. You are defining a different types of user type in your organizations. Salesforce by default gives you some profiles. What profile? System administrator, standard user, content manager. There are many profiles you will see. Standard profiles are already given by Salesforce. You can create custom profiles also. So you can create your own profile 1, profile 2, profile 3. Any user can only be assigned one profile, not more than one. Only one profile. Okay, please remember this. And profile assignment is mandatory. You cannot create a new user without assigning a profile. Clear? We'll see how a user is created with profiles a little later. So in a profile, you can assign many permissions. One of the permission is OLS, object level security. And in object level security, we will assign create permission. Right? Permission set also you can use. Let's see this in Salesforce. I think before jumping into something else, let's see this. Dipanjan, you can check whether this answers your question.
Yes, sir.
Whenever you launch your playground, you can go to setup, where we keep track of users, profiles, and permissions. So let's see permission sets. So if you go to user, you see by default Salesforce will create the system administrator user for you. When you are creating a playground, automatically Salesforce is also creating a user for you. This is the user. This is your login and the password you already know. And this is the profile, system administrator. Clear? When you are creating a new user, you have to give a first name, last name. So check my Animesh. Yes. You can put any other user. Here, Salesforce user license is very important. For now, we will only use Salesforce. Ignore the other products. These are all different products of Salesforce. Okay. We are only concentrating on Salesforce product. So this is the full CRM product. Okay. Sales Cloud, Service Cloud. So you will see something called profile here. This is mandatory. You cannot create a user without assigning a profile. So if you see save, it will ask, you must enter a value. Clear? These are the standard profiles Salesforce has already given. If you want to create a profile, you can do that. How is the new profile created? Always with cloning a standard profile. Okay. You can never create a profile. When you create a new profile, it will always ask you which profile will be used for cloning. So I will probably use a standard user. This is and my standard is a new profile which I will create. It will copy paste all the permissions from the standard profile and bring it in the custom profile. Now my profile, custom profile is there already. What now you can go and change the values. In standard profile, you cannot change values except system administrators. Some values in system administrators. Okay. Standard profiles cannot be modified. So if you want to modify the permissions of any user, then you have to create a custom profile. Clear? Here, you will see down below, you have the standard object permission and custom object permission, right? So same thing. So if I edit it, you can see read, create, edit, delete, account. I'm giving this permission. It is very funny. If I take out read, all other permissions are gone. Because read is the basic permission. Okay. You can give a read permission. That means you can see records on which you are the owner. If you are the owner, you can see your own records. You cannot create new records. You cannot edit your existing records. You cannot delete your records. All these permissions are related to the owner only. If you are the owner, then only you can do these things. If I want user to also create new users, then I will check this. If I want users to also edit, modify their records, then I have to give this. If I check this, then they can delete their records. Otherwise, they cannot. If I take edit out, delete is also going out. Okay. So you cannot assign delete without edit. Okay. Please remember that. So these two are linked. In fact, these three are linked. So when you give a delete permission, you see automatically edit and read permissions are given. If you give a create permission, automatically read permission is given. If edit permission, automatically read permission is given. So read is a basic permission which has to be given. Delete and edit is delete has a dependency on edit, and edit and create has a dependency on read. Clear? So that is the whole logic. Very basic. So read is the basic permission. If you are not giving a read permission to that user will never know that there is an object called account. They cannot search for account records. They cannot even see anything. They cannot query even. Okay. It is just like this user does not even have, doesn't have any rights to see that object at all. You have taken out. That object is gone for that person. Okay. Completely invisible. Same goes with custom object. Same. There are two more permission I am not discussing. We'll discuss this later. The same thing, profiles has this kind of standard view. Profiles also have a advanced view, which is looking like permission set. So if you go to permission set, you also get some standard permission set. You can also create a new permission set. It does not need you to copy anything. So you can define your own permission set. So you can say that here I have object settings. This is basically the object level security. So I can go to this account object. I will go here and I will enable this. Same thing. Right? Same. There's no difference. The only difference between profile and permission set is one user can have only one profile. One user can have multiple permission sets. So if I go to Animesh Banerjee, down below, I can give many permission set to this user. You see, my permission set, I have assigned it. I can give some other permission set to this user and save it. Go ahead.
Sir, can we override the profile permission by using the permission set?
Permission set is only used to add permissions on top of your profile permissions.
So whatever is blocked in the profile cannot be overridden by the permission sets.
It can be. If so, the user's overall permission is profile plus permission set 1 plus permission set 2 plus permission set 3 and so on.
Okay.
Everything combined together is the whole permission of that person.
Okay.
So whatever you have defined in profile, like in profile, you have not given a object level permission for account, but you have added a new permission set. In that permission set, you have given full access to the account object. Then the user will be able to access account. We know permission sets or profiles or permissions are not used for blocking anything. Profiles and permission sets are given to add permission only. Okay, there is no concept of blocking. If the permission is not there, it is automatically blocked. Okay, so there is no permission to block anything. Whether you have permission or not, that is the question. Simple. If you do not have permission, either in profile or in permission sets, then you do not have access. So somebody has to give you permission. Yeah, go ahead, Amit. What is the question?
Sir, my question is like we have to give only one user to one profile only.
Yes, a user must have one profile, must have at least one profile.
Can we give more than one?
No, profile is only one and mandatory. A user cannot be created without a profile. And a profile contains basic permissions. So you can give what sort of permissions you want to give. But object level permissions from now on, try to give using permission sets rather than giving that permission on the profile. Profile, of course, you can use till 2026. Salesforce will allow you to give permissions or modify profiles. But like giving permissions on profiles will be sunsetted very soon. Okay?
Sir,
That's
I have
the
a question, sir.
Yeah.
All of the permission will be changes or made by the system administration, right, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
You are the person who is creating new users. You will be the person, system administrators will be the persons who will be creating new profiles. System administrators are the person who will be assigning or creating new permission sets and will be assigning profile permission sets to users as required.
Okay.
No standard users has this ability because everything is in setup, right? Standard users don't have setup. Why you are able to do that? I will show you the permission for that. In the user itself, if you go to system administrator, there is a permission called customize application. This is the permission. You have this permission, that is why you are able to change Salesforce or setup is available to you. If I take this out from you, you will not be able to do anything. You are no longer a system administrator.
Sir, who changed that part?
Another system administrator can take out this permission for you.
So how many system administration will be there, sir?
There can be multiple.
Okay. Got it.
So one system administrator can demote another system administrator because both have same power.
Quite risky, sir, then.
No, why will be the risky? It's just like if this is governed by the rules and regulation of the organization, system administrator cannot do what they want to do. They will be directed to do what you want to do. So all your work, it depends on what permission, what has been directed to you to do. If somebody says that only you three will be system administrators, nobody else should be system administrator, in that case you have to inform that person that we are taking out customized application for you, or we are assigning a new profile to you, standard profile, right? So that's how it is. We do this many times in many organizations. They start with many number of system administrators, then they go slow. They say no, it will be organized, we'll have only very few system administrators. So they take out system administrator profiles, they change profiles for users. Yeah, you can go ahead and change profiles for users. You cannot change your own. If you go here, you will see it is locked. So you cannot change your own profile, but some other system administrator can come to your user and they can change your profile. Clear?
Yep, sir.
Just like this integration user, right? I can go ahead and I can change the profile for this person. Yeah. Okay. So this is how permission set or profiles can be assigned to a user. Every user you create in the system will have a profile. A profile is a must, otherwise the user will not be created. Okay. So that is how it is. So object level security is assigned using profile. Now let's see what is the next cycle. I will share both my screens because I will keep swapping. You can pin, unpin. Yeah, that will make it full screen. Okay, from your end. So use that. Okay. So we'll go back to my screen. So next level is object level security Why these concentric circles? What is the point? Has anybody heard about chakra view? Chakraboho in Bengali.
Yes.
What is the concept of chakra view?
So we have to breach the each outer layering to get inside the inner circle.
Inner circle. So if you are stopped here, then you cannot get inside, right? If you are stopped here, then you cannot get inside, right? So this is just like chakra view. If you do not have object level security, then even if I assign field level security or record level security, it makes no sense. It has no value. So you must have object level security first, then only field level security and record level security is applicable for you. Clear? Without the object level security, the field level security, record level security is not absolutely relevant for you at all. Even if that permissions is given to you, makes no sense. You cannot see an object. What is the point of going to FLS? What is FLS? FLS is when you see the table, I am defining which fields values you can see. Like column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4 are there, right? Of a table. So this is horizontal, vertical axis. So this column is available to you or not? This column is editable to you or not? So even if you have access to the table, there can be some columns which you cannot see values, or some columns you cannot edit values. For example, if there is an employee table, employee object, in employee object, there is a salary field. The requirement is only HR people, HR users of Salesforce should be able to see that field. Nobody else should be able to see that value, not even the employee. If that is a requirement, then you are working with field level security. People who do not have field level security, they will not even know that there is a field called this, because they cannot see it. It is almost non-existent for that person. Let's see this. Whenever you are going into the profile or permission set, again, field level security and object level security both can be assigned using profiles and permission set only. Okay, so now let's go and we will modify our custom profile, because that is what we created, right? My standard profile, where is that? Yeah, this is the, I think this down below. This is the profile. In this
Sir,
profile,
screen is not showing.
pin that. There is another window. You're not seeing
Okay,
that?
sir.
Pin
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That is what I said, that you have to pin and pin. হ্যাঁ বলো, হ্যাঁ বলো। না, এই ক্লাস নিচ্ছি আমি, জাস্ট হয়ে এসছে। হুম হুম হুম, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ বলছি, হ্যাঁ। So yeah, so we have field level security, again the same thing. Are you able to see my screen? In field level security,
Yes, sir.
you can go to where is the field level security? This is the field level security. Here you can go to individual object and you can go and see these values. What are the values? Read access, can you read the field, and can you edit the field? Simple. If you take the edit access, read access remains, you can take the read access out also. If you take both access out, then this field does not exist for you. Again, if I take this out from here, but I assign a permission set where this is ticked, again I can see the field. Okay, so please remember, we do not give negative permissions, we always give positive permissions. That's it. Whether you give access or not, that is it. We do not, there is no blocker permission. Okay, So this is how it works. So I can make a field invisible. I can make a field read only. If I take out edit permission, even if you are hitting the edit button, you will not be able to change the value. You can see the value, but you cannot change the value. The edit screen will have that read only. It will work like a formula field. You will not be able to change the value. That user will not be able to change the value. Clear? Any questions so far? A permission set also has this. So if you go to individual objects, so my permission sets, you go to object permission, go to account, just down below you will have the field permission. Object permission is this 4 and then individual field, the same permission set. The profiles can also look like permissions. You have something like UI interface, I think. User interface, I think. Not user interface. Forgot the permission. Give me a second. Setup user interface, enable improved setup interface. User interface. Enable interface. That's I keep forgetting this. User management setting. Yeah. Here, if you go to user management setting, you have something like enhanced profile user interface. If you switch it on, then this profile will look exactly like permission sets. It's easy to find, easy to see. It's categorized, organized. So now if I go to my profile, you'll see it will look like permission sets. Right? All organized, categorized. This is not long scroll back. So you can also just go to object settings, similar to profiles, permission sets, and you can make those changes, just same as what we did. Yeah, this is easier to work with. Clear? Okay. Now we go back. I am back to my tab. You can unpin that. So OLS and FLS both are assigned using profiles and permission sets. Okay. OLS is for all records basically which is owned by that user, not non-user. Okay. What about non-user? What is RLS? RLS is the permission which you have for any record which is not owned by you. Okay. How is this given? So what is RLS? So field level security is whether the column level is access, right? Whether you have access to the column or not. RLS is record level access. That means whether you have access to this record or not. If you are not an owner, do you have an access to that record or not, right? horizontal axis. Let's see how it is given. Record level security is given something by a thing concept called OWD. What is OWD? Org wide defaults. It is a setting for every object you have in Salesforce. Okay. That setting can be usually of 4 types: private, public read only, public read write, and controlled by parent. What is private? If you set OWD of an object, like in account object, if I set account to private, then a non-owner cannot see that record. They cannot do anything. They cannot see that in reports. They cannot see that in search, anything. They will not see in list view. They cannot see. That record does not exist for that person. This is a non-owner permission, right? Private means non-owner cannot see that record. Any question? What is public read only? Public read only means non-owner can see, but they cannot edit that record. Public read write means non-owner can see and they can also edit. What is control by parent? Control by parent is basically used for selected objects, which is a child object. If you want your permissions or the setting to be exactly same as the parent object, then you can use control by parent. Then you have to not individually keep on changing. For example, account and contact. If account is private, if I want to make my contact private, then I can use the control by parent. In that case, the owner of that record, of the child record, is not considered. The owner of the parent record is all which is taking the decision. That is controlled by parent. All master detailed child records are by default controlled by parent and cannot be changed. So because in master detail objects, there is no owner field. So the owner of the parent record is also the owner of the child record. Okay. Controlled by parent means the same thing. Owner of the parent record is also the owner of the child record. Clear? And the setting of the parent record will work. I am going back to the desktop. We will start with sharing settings. This is where we define org-wide defaults. You see, organization-wide defaults. You see, every object has a OWD. We will not discuss this one. We will discuss default internal access. So if you see the account object, you will see private, public read only, and public read write. These are the 3 options which is available. Right? Some objects like contact, you have is controlled by parent is also available, because contact is a child object which allows, if I made a contact by parent, that means if the account is set to private, then contact is also set to private. Account is set to public read only, contact is also automatically read only. Public read write, that means contact is also public read write. Okay. So you can individually set this, or you can make it. So if you make it this private, then basically it is the people, non-owners cannot see the records. If you make this read only, non-owners can modify the records. If you set this, there is no restriction. So non-owners can do whatever they want. So owner field is very, very important for security. Are you getting the point? So that is the whole ball game of ownership. What is owner? If you go to the account record, you will have this owner. Every record will have a owner if it is not a master detail child. Okay. Now let us do some calculations. I will stop presenting. And I will go back to my tab. You will be answering it. Okay. If you have any confusion, let me know. This is owner and this is not owner. I have an object. On profile, I have given read access. OWD for that object, account object. Let's discuss account object. In account object, I have only given read access on the profile. On the OWD, it is set to private. Okay. Now we have the operations. I will take only one record. What a owner can do, what a non-owner can do. Give me. Tell me. Can a owner create a new record in that table? Both owner and non-owner have the same profile. Okay.
Sir, owner only read.
In the profile, I have given read permission and OWD is set to private. Tell me what a owner can do, what a non-owner can do. Can a owner create new record?
No, sir. Because
Why?
permission only read.
Anybody disagrees? Permission is only read. That means owner cannot create new record. Owner cannot edit his own records. Owner cannot delete his own records. Owner can only see his record. What about non-owner? Non-owner also has the same profile. Can a non-owner see a record?
No, sir.
Go on. Clear? Now let us give some more permissions. I change the OWD to read only, public read only. What will change for the owner?
Sir, owner read.
Sir, nothing will change for owner.
Nothing will change, sir.
Nothing will change for the owner. Not owner, right? Non-owner.
Non-owner
Why?
read. Read only.
Hmm?
Read only.
So owner has read-only permission. What will change? That is the question.
Because OWD permission to read only.
Yeah. So owner can see do what now?
So owner already read because profile almost already permission to read
Owner
to
can
profile.
read. What about non-owner?
Hmm.
What about non-owner? Non-owner can read or not?
Change, sir. For non-owner.
Non-owner can read or not?
No, sir, they can't.
Why?
No.
Sir, the OWD is public read only.
Public read only.
No, sir.
The owner and non-owner owner can now read only from the object.
Absolutely. Both have the same profile, right? So this opens up. Because OWD is set to now read only. That means non-owner can see records. Clear or not? Anybody has confusion? Any confusion? Ask question.
No, sir.
Otherwise, I will assume that you are right. Now I will change again OWD. Now I will make it read right. What will change?
Sir, both owner read, right? No.
Owner can edit the
He can
record, or
edit also.
owner can edit the
Owner,
record or not.
Edit also, sir.
Sir, both
Owner
owner
can
and non.
edit record or not. First question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Owner can edit and delete also.
Owner.
No, delete
How?
is not possible, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Owner can edit how?
sir,
Does the
owner
user have
only
edit?
read, I think,
Huh?
because profile permission only read permission.
No, sir. Owner can only read, sir.
So even if OWD is set to read write, first and foremost, OWD is not for owners at all. So it does not matter for owners. So owner is governed by the file, and the profile permission is only given as read. So owner cannot edit. OWD is set to now read write. So non-owner has the ability to edit others' record, but since the profile does not allow it for the non-owner, it will not be able to edit. Think of the golla ball again. In the outer level itself, it is blocked. OLS is already blocked for the non-owner. If it is, the permission is blocked at the outer level, you cannot give additional permission inside, right? So even if you have edit permissions inside, at the outer circle, you are all blocked. In the OLS, it is already not given. You are not given a permission to edit. ওনারই এডিট করতে পারছে না, নন ওনারকে কি এডিট পারমিশন দেবো? হয়ে যাচ্ছে ব্যাপারটা। So non-owner is also governed by their profiles first. If the profile has edit permission, then only they can edit. Otherwise, it does not. Even if OWD is set to read write, it does not matter. They will not be able to edit. Clear? So profile is supreme. Only if the profile has edit permission, then only I will go and check the OWD permission. If in the profile level, the edit permission is not there, they cannot edit anything. Not their own records, not their other records. Clear? Any question? Any confusion? Let's reset.
No, sir. Sir,
Follow.
owner OWD work only non-owner, right, sir?
OWD is for non-owners. Yes. So now I will give some permissions. I will give edit permission in the profile. And the OWD is set to private. We'll start from fresh. What will happen? What
So
changes?
this time owner read and write.
What is right? Read
And edit.
So read and edit is opens up for this owner, right? What about non-owners?
Because OWD private.
So what?
Private is only read, sir.
Huh?
Only read.
Read. Sure.
For not owner, sir.
Not
sir.
owners will
Nothing.
do what? Huh?
Nothing.
Private, nothing will change, sir. Sorry.
Nothing
Nothing will change.
is changed, sir. Yeah.
For private,
Sure.
nothing will change.
For
Yes.
no.
What is private? What is the definition
The
of private?
non-owner cannot read, check, and edit and delete.
So here to edit permission the on হয়েছে.
No, sir. It's cross on.
Clear হচ্ছে?
Yes, sir.
Just give me also. হ্যাঁ। কোন ছেলেটা? দাঁড়াও আমি প্রদীপকে ফোন করছি। হুম। ठीक है? So what if now I make it read only? What will change?
Non-owner read only.
Read.
Hmm?
Now,
Non-owner read only.
Non-owner can read now.
Huh.
Non-owner can edit also.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Hmm. Because it is OW is blocked, right?
Yes.
What if I make this read write?
Read and edit, sir. For non-owner.
Then this is also open, right? Now I give delete permission also. What will happen?
Sir, fours are on.
Then more non-owner owner can delete. Not owner can delete some objects. There are some objects which does not allow deletion of non-owners. Okay, just like case, you cannot delete. Okay, so there are, this is, they can for most objects, but for few objects. So when you give create permission, then both they can create. How to remember this complicated game? Very easy to remember. Profile plus permission set values is total permission, and OWD, whichever is less wins. Okay, so if the restriction is using profile and permission set, then this will win. If the restriction is there in OWD, it will win. Very easy to remember. The whole exercise which we did, you don't have to remember this. Just make sure that where the restriction is it on the OWD side? If OWD side is restricted, then non-owners don't have access. If they are restricted in profile and permission sets, then they are they are restricted. Okay, easy solution, very easy to remember. You don't have to remember all this whole logic. Okay, any questions? So we'll stop our class for today.